News that impacts you and your community. 13 on Your Side Late Night starts now.
And new tonight, millions of dollars in funding from the American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA, will go towards supporting survivors of domestic violence in Kent County. The award comes as domestic violence-related homicides are on track to double this year compared to last year. 13 on Your Side's Andrea Flores joining us now with how that money will be spent. Andrea.
Kirk, the Domestic Violence Community Coordinated Response Team plans to create a domestic violence court in Kent County to address the need for a system that is centered around supporting survivors.
So we know we're not alone in feeling that tension of the severity of the problem.
As Safe Haven Ministries grapples with an increase in domestic violence related crisis calls, the emergency shelter's CEO, Rachel Verweis, says $4 million in ARPA funding for the county's Domestic Violence Community Coordinated Response Team is a sign of hope.
We saw this as an opportunity to say we could collectively look at both better service of victims and accountability for perpetrators by increasing the capacity of the network to coordinate with one another and then together establishing a domestic violence specialized court in the county.
Verweis says the specialty court in Kent County will help fill the gaps that people encounter in the legal system in domestic violence cases.
There will be more training provided within the criminal justice system, for specialized probation officers, for a prosecutor who is attentive to this, a judge who holds space to hear these cases, and increase in victim advocacy and support along the way.
The funding will also pay for positions that don't currently exist. Kent County Prosecutor Chris Becker says the specialty court doesn't replace any parts of the legal process, but rather funnels domestic violence cases so they can get special attention.
That's part of the plan, is to hopefully have, more individuals to reach out and see what services that victim needs, because every victim is different. Could be child support, could be housing, they may have their own substance abuse issues.
The funding continues for 3 years, but the team hopes this specialty court becomes a community staple to prevent more violence.
You see it every day, and they have the biggest potential to become very bad. It could be a minor domestic violence. Suddenly tomorrow could be a death.
The Domestic Violence Community Coordinated Response Team hopes to get the domestic violence court off the ground in the next year. Kirk?
Andrea, thank you.